power. And Canelo is a guy that has power, but is constantly working on it. There's a great clip of him working with Andy Ruiz. And they're, that shield, that weird hand shield that they hold up?
When you hold.
Which for hooks.
Yeah.
And he's like, this is not for speed. This is just power. Just power. He's like, don't try to be fast with this, just power. And you see him just, hey, boom, hey, boom.
It's different. Canelo using single punch. Yeah, he put full his energy and he punched once, and it's hurt also.
Many in the boxing world believe Canelo Alvarez holds the upper hand over Terence Crawford, and the reason, they say, comes down to more than raw strength. Seasoned professionals caution that Crawford will be facing a completely different kind of power. Take Russian standout Dmitry Bivol, who has spent time in the ring with Canelo. He points out that Alvarez's impact doesn't simply rely on muscle. Instead, it's built on a blend of accuracy, timing, and calculated execution. Canelo doesn't just throw punches, he delivers them with precision at the exact moment they'll hurt the most. What makes him dangerous isn't just how hard he hits, but how intelligently he breaks his opponents down over the course of a fight. Each strike chips away at the body and spirit of whoever stands across from him. By the later rounds, that strategy often leaves rivals worn down, vulnerable, and without answers.
I could compare with the Canelo, yeah? He put all his energy, all his power on single punch. And maybe single punch sometimes he's harder, Canelo, than Better Beef.
No way.
Because Better Beef didn't do Better Beef was more close and compact. Compact.
Tight guard.
But if you ask them, let's do 5 punches, Better Beef, every punch will be hard. With Canelo, maybe first hard and then both of them are strong, but Better Beef is bigger and he born strong.
Edgar Berlanga didn't sugarcoat his thoughts after sharing the ring with Canelo Alvarez. When asked to rate Canelo's power, Berlanga gave a blunt and unfiltered answer, one that highlighted just how punishing those punches feel when they land up close. According to Berlanga, it's not just about the weight behind each shot. It's the sudden burst of speed, the snap, and the unexpected explosion that makes Canelo's strikes so damaging. That combination of force and precision can flip the rhythm of a fight in an instant. He explained that once you're within Canelo's range, every exchange becomes dangerous. The pressure, the tempo, and the constant threat of that explosive power completely alter how an opponent has to think and react. In Berlanga's view, that kind of striking presence doesn't just win rounds, it changes the fight entirely.
I'll say he is the hardest, for sure. One of the fighters that hit very hard was Angulo. He's a Cuban guy, and he punched very hard too, so I'll say both of them are the same, but, with Canelo, I was just mentally ready for his shots. I already told myself, I know I'm gonna get hit. I know I'm gonna get hit on my chin. But it's, I gotta bite down on my mouthpiece and push. And look what happened in the third round. I got hit with a left hook. Practicing in camp the whole time, keeping my right hand to my chin. And I wound up just moving, and he connected right on my chin. And you see how I punched my glove. That's like a thing for me when my last time when I got dropped, I was punching my gloves. Cause I'm like, damn, I got hit with a shot. I'm not supposed to be on the floor. But, it comes with boxing. The greats done got.
When Bernard Hopkins speaks, his words carry the authority of a legend. In a sport crowded with opinions, his voice slices through the chatter with a truth that refuses to fade. It's the kind of wisdom born only from decades in the trenches, a reminder that some lessons in boxing are timeless.
As you say. I always say, as my quote from the history of boxing, a good big man will always be a good little man.
Yeah.
When Bernard Hopkins speaks, the boxing world listens. A veteran who has endured every kind of battle, Hopkins isn't afraid to remind today's fighters of a lesson carved into the sport's history books: size still matters inside the ring. His words carried the weight of experience, a reminder that skill alone sometimes isn't enough against a larger, stronger opponent. But just as that perspective settled, Julio Cesar Chavez jumped into the debate with fire of his own. The Mexican legend didn't waste time with measured responses. Instead, he threw verbal punches, dismissing the idea that size dictates the outcome. Chavez insisted that heart, craft, and willpower often override sheer physical advantage. The clash of viewpoints quickly heated up, turning a simple discussion into a storm. On one side, Hopkins defended the timeless principle of physics and reach. On the other, Chavez pushed back with passion, arguing that boxing's history is filled with smaller men conquering giants. What started as a reflection suddenly became a full-on standoff of boxing philosophies.
Es una pelea muy dispareja, ¿me entiendes? Una pelea. Mira, Crawford es un gran peleador, ¿me entiendes? Eso nadie lo duda y todo el mundo lo sabemos. Pero en su peso, ¿me entiendes? Ya subir 3 divisiones es ir por el dinero, ¿me entiendes? De que le va a dar pelea, Canelo le va a dar pelea, pero de que le va a ganar, no hay por dónde.
I think Canelo has a very good punch, and he's used to knocking out bigger guys, naturally bigger guys. He's coming from 200. Crawford's coming from what, 54? Yeah. It's 2 weight classes. And sometimes putting on that weight, it depends how you put on that weight too, man. Because you could put on that weight and get tired. And your body ain't used to carrying that much weight around. So, I mean, we'll see. We'll see. You know what I'm saying? I'm leaning more towards Canelo.
Demetrius Andrade isn't pulling any punches in his assessment. As much as he respects Terence "Bud" Crawford, Andrade simply doesn't see him making it out on top against Canelo Alvarez. His reasoning is blunt. Canelo's size, physical strength, and elite ring IQ create a combination that's just too much to overcome. Andrade makes it clear this isn't about bias or loyalty, it's about facts. He acknowledges Crawford's talent, but in his eyes, the gap in physicality and experience at the higher weight classes is a mountain too steep to climb. To drive his point home, Andrade even referenced his own performance against Jermall Charlo. He reminded everyone of the pressure, the fire, and the damage he himself delivered, underscoring that at the top level, power and size can change everything. For Andrade, the verdict is simple. Against Canelo, Crawford faces odds stacked heavily against him.
Is my opinion.
Yeah.
I don't think Crawford can beat Canelo. But still, do I think he can give him a good fight? And I'll be sitting there rooting for Crawford all day. I'll put all my money. I'm always going to bet on black, always. But in reality of it, I just think Canelo knows how to fight. He knows how to come in big, and he can throw hard shots. He's a technical guy too.
This debate isn't just about moving up in weight. For many fighters and analysts, it comes down to raw, destructive power, the kind that doesn't just bruise the body, but drains the will of whoever stands across from it. Canelo Alvarez is not simply a hard puncher, he's a fighter who knows how to break spirits and strip away confidence round by round. Demetrius Andrade saw it up close. Sitting ringside as Jermall Charlo wilted under the pressure, Andrade witnessed firsthand how Canelo's relentless assault dismantles not just a game plan, but a fighter's belief in himself. That's why Andrade refuses to buy into the idea that even a prime version of Crawford could just march through that storm. In his eyes, this battle isn't about skill or strategy alone. It's about enduring a deliberate, calculated onslaught designed to crush you piece by piece. Andrade doesn't call it a close contest, he calls it a beatdown in the making. And he's not alone. Julio Cesar Chavez has also shut the door on any talk of Crawford pulling off the upset. With decades of experience and countless wars behind him, Chavez says he's seen enough to know, against Canelo, hope doesn't last long.
When it comes to weight and power, man, that shit is real, you know? And then skills too, skill level too. Like Canelo's not no pushover. Look what he did to the little girl Charlo. You know what I'm saying? Like Charlo, big bad wolf, and he ran the whole night off of a couple of hooks. Like shit, Canelo threw a couple of hooks and he just ran all night. It's like, but where's that? You know, let's fight. I think Crawford has the skills, but when it comes to start getting shots and blocking them power shots, and Canelo knows how to move too. He has agility. It's not like a robot. I mean, it's going to be tough.